Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Faraz, and welcome to my channel, Better English Clapingo. If you're new to my channel, please go ahead and do subscribe, guys. This course is benefiting me a lot. You can watch my videos and you can see the difference. Do subscribe my channel and keep improving and keep speaking in English confidently. Thank you.
And I quite agree with you. I quite agree with you, because I can see the difference consistency has made in your speech. You speak very clearly. There are extremely minor errors, which I will tell. Instead of do good, you can use the phrase do well. That's the correct way to go about it.
Yeah, I'll surely.
All right, great. But you're a great speaker and you have good fluency as well. Perhaps you'll be good to go. You'll be a fluent and polished speaker. Now let's play a small game. It's a vocabulary game, and what I'm going to do.
Clear.
All right, great. So how was your day?
Yeah, it was fine. Nothing much. So woke up, had breakfast, and yeah, didn't do. but yeah, I'll be logging in. Like, still, I'm working from home, so I'll be logging in at around 4:30 or 5 maximum.
Okay. So your day starts late at work. Is it a shift timing or that's regular for you?
It is. Yeah. So I do the evening shift.
Okay. All right. Great. Okay. So then let's begin with the topic of the day. Let's get into the session immediately. So today's topic is goals. What is it that you feel about setting goals?
Yeah. Like, as far as like, what I believe is that goals are very important, and one should have to have a goal in his or her mind. And if I talk about myself, so generally what happens if I like, if I make any resolution that I have to do something, and I have to reach there, so I start with that thing, and for some time I diligently work towards that goal which I have decided. But after some time, if something happens, the if a break comes, and so I because consistency should be there. Uh, that should be the key factor, like, as far as I believe. And so right now, at the present moment, my goal is to become an influential speaker, to improve my skills, what I have been doing since so many years now. And yeah, and I can see the difference. And now I have opted for this course. So my present goal is to do good in my career, and just to become a better version of myself. That is my ultimate goal. And so we cannot achieve our goal immediately. It does take time. So the I'll sticking to the same point, uh, that consistency is the key factor. You just have to be consistent. Let's see, if my goal is to become an influential speaker, if my goal is to become a fluent speaker without making any mistakes, and what actually I'm striving for. And so I have to. It is not that on a like, on a daily basis that I have to study or read for 8 or 9 hours. And if I study in the beginning, so I have that. I'm already boosted up that yes, I have to study that much, and I study for a week, and after that I just go back to my old routine. So it wouldn't work that way, and it wouldn't suffice either. So what I believe is, even if I am able to read on a daily basis just for half an hour, but consistency is there, and I am doing and I am continuing for months with the same routine, that will eventually benefit me a lot. So again, the consistency is the main factor. And
I quite agree with you. I quite agree with you, because I can see the difference consistency has made in your speech. You speak very clearly. There are extremely minor errors, which I will tell you from time to time, but it's good to know your thoughts on setting goals. So, have you set any short term goals also for yourself? This is a long term goal, improving your fluency and language and speech. But do you have any short term goals as well for yourself?
the immediate goal is to get a very good job, get a better job.
Okay. Okay.
That is eventually like right now. I mean, I'm working in the healthcare sector. Earlier, I was working in a travel profile. I've done the basic diploma course, IDA. So, but yeah, due to sudden shift changes, and so I want to have a job wherein I can get fixed Saturday, Sunday off. So my again, either goal would be to look for a day job, proper 9 to 6
Understood.
job. That is my to leave this BPO industry. It is not bad, yeah, but still, have been doing evening shifts, graveyard shifts. It's been so long. Like it's been almost more than 5-6 years I have been working late night. But yeah, so my ultimate goal is to be a speaker and to improve my skills, and yes, to get a proper day shift job, 9 to 6 job. That is
Understood.
yeah.
Understood.
Not very big goals, but yeah.
Well, goals don't have to be big or huge. We get to define what goals are important, which goals are important to us, and which goals are not important to us, and it's different for everybody. So I think it's not justified to say not big goals, or they don't sound as glamorous because they're personal. They're very personal. That's okay.
I agree. Yeah.
So I have a suggestion for you. Here, when you said that there was something that you said, I'm forgetting. I forgot to note it down. But you can say, my ultimate goal is to get a better job for myself. You can summarize whatever you said with this one sentence. At times in conversation, brevity is also important. Brevity, do you understand what brevity means?
No. I was about to ask it.
Good. Brevity means being short. So, saying what you want to say, but using lesser words. As less words as you can use. Shakespeare said this, brevity is the soul of wit, and I quite agree by it, because the shorter you are, the better impact you leave on your audience. Maybe this is something you can practice.
I second that, yeah.
Great. All right, now I want you to open the chat box, because there are two things I've written down which you must know.
Okay.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes, I can. One should have a goal. Okay.
Okay. So the sentence that you spoke was, one should have to have a goal. Instead of this, you can simply say one must have a goal. Must will have the same kind of importance that the sentence will have. One should have to have a goal. And one must have a goal sounds better while conversing with somebody.
Okay.
And the next thing is that wherever possible, instead of do good, you can use the phrase do well. That's the correct way to go about it.
Yeah, I'll show you.
All right, great. But you're a great speaker, and you have good fluency as well. Perhaps we can work a little on the vocabulary.
It's a great compliment, yeah, to hear this from you.
No, I mean it. I mean every word I said. You speak well. I think perhaps we can just work a little on the vocabulary, and you'll be good to go. You'll be a fluent and polished speaker.
Yeah, that's what I want to become. Yeah, that would be it, yeah. To become a polished speaker. Yeah.
Great. So on that note, why don't you share with me your definition of success? What do you think success means, and is it different for different people? Or can we have one universal definition of success?
It can, what I believe is that it would differ to person. And
Okay.
If I take my example, that success for me is not to earn loads of money. It is to good for myself and to good for my parents. And we have been trying to buy our own house. And earlier we had our own house, but somehow things didn't work out, and we had to sell that house or flat which we had, and wherein we had been living in that flat for about more than 20 or 24 years. But yeah, due to some circumstances, we had to sell that flat. Still we aren't able to buy the flat. But yeah, when we are able to, when me and my elder brother and I, we both have been working for so long, and we are trying. We are we have been trying to save some money, and so our ultimate goal is to buy a flat. And if I believe is once we achieve it, so that would be uh, our success point. For me, that would be one of the biggest things that would I be achieving. So yeah, so success for me is not to earn loads of money. Eventually, that is really important. Of course, everything comes from money. Money is indeed very important. But yes, to see my parents happy, that is, or to keep them happy, that is success for me.
All right. Okay. Great. So in between, I noticed again that you said do good instead of do well. That is one thing you can consciously work on improving. So if you do that, your English will go to the next level instantly. But it's okay. It's okay to be wrong. Now I want you to open the chat box again. There are 3 things I've written down there.
Okay.
Right. So let us look at this sentence. When we are able to. Here, since you're talking about the future, it is something that you want to achieve in the future. You should say when we will be able to.
When we will be able to. Yeah.
It's the present tense. Correct. Correct. So you can say when we will be able to. I think the sentence here was I will consider myself successful when we are able to buy a house. So instead of that,
Yes.
when we will be able to buy a house, because it's going to happen in the future. It's not arrived yet, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. Now let's look at the second sentence. I think here the mistake was actually, I won't even count these as mistakes. These are minor errors all of us tend to make time to time. But it's important for me to tell you, and that is why I noted these things down. So whenever you want to say, I believe is, this phrase should be preceded by what? What I believe is, and then so on and so forth. Continue with what you want to say.
What I believe is. Okay.
Correct, correct. I use this a lot, yeah. So I often say what I believe is it's important to have a long-term and a short-term goal for yourself. I use this sentence structure and this phrase a lot. But the point here is that if you want to say I believe is, then you have to precede it with what. But if you want to say I believe that, in that case, you don't need to put what before the sentence.
Oh, okay. All right. Now I got the difference.
Did you get the difference?
Yeah. Very important. Yeah. I did not have any clue about it. Yeah. Now I know.
Okay. See, the point is
I can certainly use I believe that.
Exactly. Use that by all means. I believe that it is important to exercise every morning. Or simply say, I believe it is important to exercise every morning. But in case you have to say what I believe is, then you must precede it with what? What I believe is.
Okay.
And yeah, right. And I think the last sentence had a similar error of present and future. So in the future, if you have to place something in the future, you can use this sentence structure that I would achieve or that I will achieve.
That I would achieve that I, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that is all that I wanted to tell you about right now. Now let's play a small game. It's a vocabulary game, and what I'm going to do is I will just give you a word, and you have to try and tell me the meaning of that word.
Okay, sure. I'll try.
All right. So it's going to be a fun game.
Yeah.
I'll
be able to assess myself where exactly I stand in terms of. Yeah.
Well, those are simple words, and you can use them in regular conversation also. Your first word is envision. ENVISION.
I don't know if I've got the correct meaning, if I know the correct meaning of this word or not. Envision would be to see ourselves somewhere, like to have a goal, to have something in our mind. I don't know.
So you're very close. Actually, in a way, I can say that is the meaning. Because envision means to imagine you being at a desirable place in life. Correct.
To imagine, yeah.
To imagine, exactly. So a vision is something that you want to achieve. For example, it's your vision to buy a house.
That is clear. Yeah.
Correct. That is clear. So that's your vision. Envision would be you can imagine yourself in that new house. You can imagine yourself and your family in that new house. You envision a brighter future. But you dream of achieving a vision.
Or I could hope that would happen, or that will happen.
Well, envision has more to do with imagination, but hope can be a small element of it. It's more about imagining yourself. Have you heard of manifestation and positive creative visualization?
Yeah, manifestation. Yeah. I watched that series as well by manifestation.
Correct. So envision has everything to do with imagination. There's little hope there, but more imagination. You can imagine that this is achievable, or I can achieve my vision, I can achieve my goal.
Okay.
All right. So your next word, and probably the last word for this conversation, because it's 3:17. I will just give it to you quickly. Can you tell me the meaning of foresight?
Foresight. Foresight would be foresight. It is related. Like, I don't know the exact meaning of it. I guess it is related with the subconscious element that we have, like we that we foresee. Like when we see that, we know that it is going to happen, or it may happen.
Absolutely. So it's based on judgment. You're able to judge and understand what is going to happen ahead. Yeah. So you got that absolutely correct. And it has more to do with judging. It has more to do with analyzing a situation and understanding what may or may not happen in the future. But I think you've got it correct.
Thank you.
Absolutely right.
And I'm so sorry, I am interrupting you. And before the call gets disconnected, if you could just quickly share the feedback, like whatever you think, where I stand. If you could just quickly.
I think you're a great speaker, and this is honest feedback. So whatever little things I felt could be improved on, I've told you, and I've written them down in the chat box. Perhaps just a bit of vocabulary would help you form your sentences clearly. And at times, I just felt that you get stuck because you can't find the right word, but that will come with practice, and that will get better with time. So you don't need to worry about that.